Let's go.
Woohoo! Big day, guys. We got the Super Mario Galaxy movie trailer and directed, and man, did it welcome us. It was an amazing trailer. We got a lot of cool things to show, some Easter eggs, some new castings, new characters. We got a lot to jump in. We're going to get started here, Austin. What were your thoughts on just the trailer, the voice actors, the new characters in the movie? What do you think?
Dude, this movie trailer blew my mind. Like, when that first movie came out, you and I were super hyped. I mean, the world was hyped, but a lot of people had questions. Can they pull this off? It's one of the biggest video game characters of all time. That movie pulled it off. So they had a lot to follow up on. I'm going to already go out and say it that I think this movie is going to surpass the greatness of the first one because they're already established and they're bringing in more and more characters that we know and love. Rosalina, Bowser Jr., we're getting more worlds, all that kind of stuff. It's just a love letter to the game player, to the games, to the players. And it just seems like this is something that we're really going to enjoy. But they framed this trailer really well because they opened up with comedy with Bowser, and they immediately went into introducing those characters. But they still left a lot to be desired for, which I love. And we're going to talk about it, like just like some of the things that they hinted at. And no Yoshi was a surprise to me after all the leaks that we've been getting. But I was super pumped to see Rosalina and Bowser Jr. And the only complaint I had about this trailer was what's going on with Mario and Luigi because they were barely in it. But Bowser Jr. looks sick, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited. It was only about a 2.5-minute trailer, but it did the job.
It definitely did the job. Yeah, I mean, off the bat, this trailer was amazing. I think it looks really good. Again, they're killing it with the music. Yeah, they definitely did not focus. Besides that opening scene where they have some comedy with Bowser, who's still little from the end of last movie, and him, Mario, and Luigi are having a little bit of banter. He's doing a lot of painting, which is something new. But off the bat, you knew Bowser Jr.'s in here because that's kind of his signature thing. But yeah, no Yoshi. I think that everyone expects Yoshi to be in it based off of the post-credit scene of the first movie. So I fully expect him to be in the movie. They're probably going to introduce him in the next trailer, or maybe they save him just for the big screen alone. So we'll kind of wait and see on that. But overall, I think it looks good. The movie looks good. I think that they really wanted to focus on Rosalina and Bowser Jr., like you said. And so those two people got the big spotlights. And then an extra little snippet at the end when they were introducing the voice actors, who I think were both good choices. Brie Larson, like I told you before, she's used to playing a kind of a space hero. So I think that's kind of fitting for her. And I know she's been a Nintendo fan for a long time. She's been very open about that, doing ads for Nintendo and being a big fan of everything Nintendo does. And then the other guy, he sounded good. I really liked that voice he had when Bowser Jr. came into the castle and is attacking, kind of like that electronic, almost changed voice. That sounded really cool. But the movie, it looks amazing. I'm very excited.
You look at these actors that are playing Bowser Jr. and Rosalina, and at this point, I kind of trust them to make the right decisions. I mean, Nintendo and Illumination are powerhouses with animation. They've surpassed Disney in making quality stuff at this point. But I really, honestly, I'm not a fan of Brie Larson at all. Marvel was not my favorite. I don't think she has a lot of personality in some things. She was better when she was doing comedy back in the day. I think that she could pull this off. It's voice acting. So, like, if she's that big of a Nintendo fan and loves it, then maybe she is the right choice.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they've shown to be successful in the voice castings, and what you really need is someone to almost disappear behind the character, like do the character well enough to where it doesn't distract you from the character, from the story, which all the characters did very well in the first movie, and even when she was reading the storybook to the Lumas in the trailer, you heard her, who Brie Larson is, but even then I was like, I still can't tell who that is. Like, it just she's already in the character, and I think that's what you want. So I'm really excited about all that. So let's get into the trailer, Ross. So lots of Easter eggs already. I'm going to shout out a couple of my favorites, and you can do the same after that. So first things first, I really loved, like I said earlier, that Bowser Jr. scene when he comes into the castle. And I don't know if you guys have played Super Mario Bros. Wonder before, but he transformed into his Wonder form, kind of in the game. When he gets the Wonder Flower, he turns into that kind of like neon yellow and black mask, and kind of has the black paint. and that looked incredible. So that was a big shout out to Mario Wonder. And then the scene where we do get Mario and Luigi racing on their bikes across the Sand Kingdom, that's from Super Mario Odyssey. We got a small glimpse of that in the first movie, actually, too. But you could see the inverted pyramid in the background, really big. And that scene looks awesome. I don't know. Nintendo's doing something with motorcycles in the desert lately, because Samus had that in the Metroid Prime 4 Direct as well. But anyway, I think that looks really incredible. I'm a big fan of that. And then obviously the big one where we get Rosalina, her reveal, and we see Megaleg, one of the bosses from Super Mario Galaxy, who she absolutely destroys. So those are some really great Easter eggs. I'm really excited at what else they're going to do in the movie. But what did you see, Us?
Yeah, that Bowser Jr. one was super sick to me, and you actually noticed the wonder aspect of that before I did. I was kind of like, oh, well, this is interesting. They're trying something new, but I was actually shocked because Wonder is such a new game, and so you're like, well, they're throwing in new and old, and it makes sense. I mean, Nintendo's obviously going to push their new stuff, but I love that they pay close attention to every single game and figure out, hey, how can we mix all of this together? And that's what these Easter eggs really show us, is that they really care about the product and really care about giving fans something that's not super fan service, but it's new. And so I really like that. And the Bowser Jr. thing, just the way he threw, he like transformed his paintbrush and he threw the ball and Mario dodged it. Super epic. I'm looking forward to seeing those fights, and I think they're going to get even better. I think the thing that stood out to me the most was the Dune looking like bike racing thing. And it puts me up because Mario and Luigi are going to be actually together in this movie. Like the first one, they were split up. We're actually going to get a true Mario Bros. Brother adventure, and I think that's super cool. But the thing that I think that stood out to me the most, because it was just the way that they shot the scene. It was very quick, but Peach was in a casino looking place fighting all the ninjas. And we all know that all the ninjas, like that's a pretty popular thing in Mario games now. There's an extra character that's ninja, but the casino world, if you guys don't know, is most likely, from what I can tell, because I'm such a huge fan of Mario Sunshine, it's Blue's Casino. Because in Mario Sunshine, you have Boo's Casino behind the secret wall in the hotel. And it's a circle room, and there's things on the wall and different things you can do. And then in the middle, it's exactly what was happening in this trailer. Peach was in the middle, and you saw around there's different activities on each wall that were casino games. And so that's super cool to me, because that tells me, hey, we're getting Odyssey, we're getting Sunshine, we're getting Galaxy, all in one freaking game.
Yeah, I think it's cool that they can do this in the movie, where they kind of mix and match some of the different scenes and levels from different games and kind of combine them, and they're going to make it feel so like connected and make it feel so fluent that they're able to do that.
Dude, and listen, the way they portray Galaxy in this, like it's pretty much it's what you see in the game. Like they did an incredible job with the stars that shoot them up in the space, and then shooting through the planet that it has the water, and them flying through that, and then even at the end when Rosalina shows up, behind is the observatory.
Yeah, that's right.
And you have some of the other planets at play, and so like you and I talked about this. We didn't know exactly what the building was that she walked out of.
Right.
But it's in that major hub that you're in Galaxy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the really cool part, because in the game they don't necessarily focus on the story. It's a part of the game, obviously, but their focus is the gameplay. Now they can focus on the story and kind of expand those ideas that they touched on in the games. So yeah, like that particular scene with Rosalina was really cool, because you did see the Comet Observatory in the background, but then you see her walk out of kind of like a mansion type, like big house, not necessarily a castle, but look more like a big house of some sort. And you're like, okay, like we're getting some more information, some more lore related to Rosalina and where she is. And so I think they just did a really good job. Yeah, they touched a lot of Easter eggs, and I know they're going to touch on even more during the whole movie. And so I'm really excited about that. All right, Os, let's talk next. Let's roll into, where do you think they're going to go with this movie? What's the direction they're going to go? They have kind of a lot of things at their disposal. I mean, where are we going to start, and then where are we going to end up for this movie?
Yeah, I think that Bowser Jr. scene is the beginning of the movie. I truly do. I think we're going to get that's. So the trailer is interesting because it kind of, pieces things together.
Yeah.
But the opening with Bowser painting, I guarantee you that's a bit in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And then part of me thinks that Bowser Jr. shows up in that same scene. Like as Bowser showing them the painting, then like probably it gets dark outside or whatever happens, and then Bowser Jr. jumps down. I guarantee that's what's going to happen. And then obviously because of the Star Festival and everything else, they're going to end up having to go because Bowser Jr. has a major threat to them. Maybe he rescued his father and they go up into space. But what is confusing me here is that we get two sets of groups in this trailer. Peach and Toad are going into space. Mario and Luigi, at least from the trailer, they're not going up into space. They're going to other kingdoms down below. Because the Sand Kingdom is in another galaxy. It's something that, like you said, we saw in the first movie as they traveled across the lands. And so why is Mario and Luigi on a mission down below? Why is Peach and Toad up there? And why is Mario and Luigi possibly not up there with them? It's very interesting. So part of me thinks that Peach is going to be the one to first meet Rosalina. And as princesses, they're going to join forces. And then obviously they're going to have to bring Mario and Luigi into it. But I think it's going to be a pretty standard story, like a lot of movies where there's like a MacGuffin or like a Horcrux, like a Harry Potter type thing, where like Mario and Luigi have to go find it to stop, and then they meet them in space to go. And then I think it will follow the galaxy storyline from there to where they have to defeat Bowser Jr., and then Rosalina gives them some type of reward or whatever, and then it's going to set up for the next movie.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Where you did see Peach and Toad kind of go off the launch star first into space, and they're kind of exploring that. And maybe that's because they might have some experience there. I don't know how they got that launch star. It looked like on the top of the castle, so that's going to be interesting to see where the first interaction is. Like maybe there's from the Star Festival, all those star bits coming down. That's a Luma that turned into a launch star for them. That's how it is in the game. I assume that's kind of how they're going to get there. I don't know if the Luma is going to be like, hey, you guys are in trouble. You need Rosalina to help you. Let's go get her. I'll show you, or I'll like kind of take you there. But now that we're talking about this, I do think that Mario and Luigi are on a quest here before they go up to space, and that's to go get their boy Yoshi. I think they're going to be roaming around. I think that they've heard about Yoshi, or they've been to his island, and they need help when they get up to space, and they're going to go grab their boy Yoshi before they make their way up. And I think that's going to be kind of their quest down here. And then again, kind of how it was in the first movie where everybody meets back up in Mushroom Kingdom. That's going to be how it is when they meet up, I think, in Galaxy, probably on the Comet Observatory maybe, or one of the planets. But I think the big showdown is going to be up there for sure. Like kind of the second half and the finale is going to be up there.
Yeah, that's a smart play, and I don't think Donkey Kong will be a part in this movie at all.
Yeah, I don't know if there's space for him.
No, but with you saying that, we have that hint of where did Peach come from, so maybe she already does know who Rosalina is.
Yeah, true.
It'll be like kind of a whole thing flipped upside down on us. But one thing I do know is I'm excited because Bowser Jr. with his paintbrush, it's an EGAD product, so that's right. For some Luigi's Mansion.
Dude, I think that the movies like are the spin-off ideas are becoming endless, and I think there's going to be a lot more. But yes, I fully believe that's going to be down the pipeline. We got a lot of stuff coming up that's going to be really exciting. We would love to know what you guys think about the trailer, maybe some of the voice acting, the Easter eggs that you saw, and then what you guys' theories are for how the movie's actually going to play out. It's only a couple months away in April, so we'd love to hear y'all's thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're Fandom Fix. See you in the next one.
See ya.